This is a video presentation of Ballard Power Systems. Ballard is actually dually listed on US and Toronto exchanges. This is a look at the Toronto Stock Exchange chart where it trades under the ticker BLD. This is a chart that's picked up in a technical scan because the stock had based for quite a while, forming a bottom, and then made a real nice move where it more than doubled in value. Then it pulled right back down to an old resistance point right around 80 cents and is holding as a new support level. Last 3 days, stocks tried to inch upward, and now we're going to look for continuation as the stock price tries to push to the 20-day moving average and potentially rise up to try and fill this gap that was left open in March. Now you can see right off, it looks like the MACD is ready to drop a bullish cross. Histogram bars are trending back towards zero, telling us that the 12 is about to pass through the 26 EMA. That's a nice sign for a reversal of trend of the chart. We've also got the slow stow coming out of oversold territory, making its way back towards 50, telling us that bullish momentum is coming into the play. And the money flow index has also climbed from lows around 20, and as of Tuesday's close, it had just pushed through 50, and the rise is indicating that people are starting to pay higher prices for the stock again. Now also indicating that bullish momentum is trying to come into play is the relative strength index, climbing right back up towards that 50 mark. Now if I draw that 50 line on there, you can see how difficult it's been for the RSI to push through that, because a move above 50 indicates bullish momentum in the play. Now clearly the stock price has been trending downward, and as such it becomes pretty important for this RSI to finally push its way to the upper half of the indicator to strengthen the idea of momentum coming into the chart. Now, as I mentioned, this 80-cent mark is a relatively important area of support. It was clearly a resistance point in January and February before it broke out in March, and in classic TA fashion, that resistance needs to turn into support after it's broken, and that's what's happening right now, so holding that level is a key technical component. Now, it does pick up more support down on the bottom side of that channel, down around 60 cents, so if it does break through 80, I'd suspect it's going to come back down and test that old support level again, which closing at 91 cents, that's a pretty hefty drop and a little bit too far away for a stop loss. Technical traders would tend to look at it more as this being the stop loss point and that potentially being a buy point again if it once again holds its support. So that's to the downside. To the upside, I'd first look for some resistance right around the dollar mark. It's always a common psychological barrier. It served as some resistance here earlier on this month, and I think if it breaks through that, even though it would be considered a secondary resistance point, I think it's pretty important, because if these indicators shift into stronger trend and momentum mode on the break of that resistance point, the stock will start pushing on the upper half of the Bollinger Band and be gaining some speed to come up here and fill this gap right up near $1.40. Now, if it happens to fill that gap, I think there's a strong chance it's going to try and come through and make new highs up near $1.60. And that's why I think it's important to pay attention to it right where it is, see if the support level is going to hold. The indicators are at key breaking points to signal greater strength in the chart, and I'd be watching for increases in volume and a break of that resistance level for Ballard to try and take the next step in what could be a very slow developing uptrend. Those are the things that I'd be looking for in the BLD chart, but as always, merely my interpretation of the chart. I'm not a financial advisor and strongly encourage you to do your own due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure, and do not base any investment decisions on any material found on the website and/or video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.